If you check the school, you check everything about the school, you check the application deadlines, you check if they have what they call application fees, then you are good to go with the program. All right, all you need to do now is to prepare yourself and apply for the program. Remember, there are some schools that will always ask you for certain requirements, like you don't have English, you don't have maths, you don't have chemistry, you cannot enroll. So you have to be careful. A school like New Brunswick Community College will ask you all of these things. I know other schools that if you don't have English at ordinary levels or in high school, you cannot enroll. So you also need to keep this into consideration. So I'm here today to tell you that you should stop chasing unnecessary degrees. Would not do anything. Stop chasing them now. Get comfortable. Make a lot of money, you put in your bank account, then you can go back to school and chase your PhD or your professorship or whatever. This is my advice to you as an international student. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I did a video a few days ago. Before I continue with this video, guys, please click the like button of this video. There is a lot I want to say here so that other followers or other viewers can watch this video through recommendations from YouTube. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, thank you. I'm saying that you should stop chasing unnecessary degrees because I didn't know all of this on my own. The reason is because I have realized that most of us from Africa, we are into this thing like, Milton, I want to go for PhD. Please, is there no PhD? There are other programs you could go in for. There are other visa categories you could apply for, which are not study visas. But when you reach these specific countries, you change those visas into study visas if you are comfortable at that time. As degree holder, you are struggling to get a visa to move to the USA and it's not coming through, or you are not getting the fully funded scholarship you need. Take a tourist visa to the United States if you are qualified. Then when you get in there, you apply to universities or try to ask admissions from their schools. When they give you the admissions, now it is now time for you to start asking for scholarships. That is a very smart way to go about this. But if it is not happening, then keep chasing universities while you input some work into the other categories of visas you need. So my very first thing is, if you intend to migrate to Canada via a master's or PhD program and you are not getting maybe the admissions to apply for this particular university, you are applying, you are getting rejections, you are not getting the fully funded opportunities, why not other visa categories there that you can use? You can take other visas. Simple ABC. Now this video is an eye-opening. I came across somebody few days back and I noticed that most of us Africans, we do not go closer to the laptop. We don't touch the PCs. All we know is we press WhatsApp from WhatsApp, Facebook, and all the rest. We don't know how to use Google. Now, if you are applying to a school abroad, precisely Canada, all right, you do not need an agent. This is how you need to go about it. First, get a laptop. I will not advise you to use a phone because the spacing, or let me say the angles of the phone, or the visibility may be low and you may not be able to see many things at once. You understand? Yes. So what you need to do now is you have to go to the website, then you start an application. Which are the websites you are looking for? If you want to apply for, let's say, maybe a bachelor's or a master's program, of course, or maybe a diploma program, go to the school website, all right, on Google. Of course, you have to Google all of that. Then when you get the information, you now see if you are going to apply for the program or not. First, make Google your friend. When you Google the university, for example, if you are looking for a program and you are not able to find the program, what you need to do is go to other community colleges and check if they have the program. If they don't have it, or if the university doesn't have it, I would advise you, remember there is a video I did few days ago where I said you must go to Canada using a diploma program if you are poor. I said it is an obligatory. You should follow that method or that trick I did. I said use that method and enter into Canada because you are broke. And when you use that method and enter into Canada, the tendency now is that you are broke. You are going to spend few times in school or in college to study, and before you know, 1 year is over and you use the 1 year study permit to apply for, or the 1 year study permit, because automatically if you study in Canada for 8 months, 1 year, you are qualified for a postgraduate work permit. Then you apply for a work permit in Canada and you work. All right, then I equally bring alternatives in that video. So in essence, what you need to do is to check a university. If it's not going, check a college. It is easy for you to use your bachelor's degree and enter into a community college in Canada. This is fact. It is very easy to use it and enter than to use your bachelor's degree and go into a master's program in Canada fully funded. It's so difficult. Nobody should lie to you. You need to put in the work. Remember, you are not the only one vying for the position. Therefore, you need to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you cannot get that position. However, it is easy to go into a community college because you have to pay tuition fee. And when you are paying the tuition fee, it is not a scholarship. Not everybody wants to pay tuition fee. So use this method, enter into a community college where in Canada, you can now divert into a PhD or whatever when you are comfortable and already have enough money into your bank account. You can do your doctorate or do whatever you want to do. It's the process of you studying in Canada without an agent. When you locate a university or a community college, all you need to do is to check the deadlines and the tuition fee you apply. Now, please pay attention to this video because there are a lot I want to say at the extreme end which is going to help you. Now, when you apply, you are going to get the conditional acceptance offer. Almost 98% of colleges in Canada or schools will always ask you to pay like a deposit. The deposit is you are paying to tell them that you would come and study the program. You are going to apply for the visa. Without the deposit, they are going to give your position to another person. So I will encourage you to always pay on time so that they may not give you, or they shouldn't give your position to somebody else. Now, there are colleges in Canada which are expensive than others. Most colleges will go between 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 depending on the program. Some 1 year, some 2 years program. Remember, I emphasize on the fact that you should use any of those and enter into Canada. But me, I will personally take a 1 year program because I'm broke, and I told you guys in that video. Now, when you apply, you get the admissions, you pay the first tuition deposit or your confirmation that you are coming to Canada. They will give you the final acceptance offer. Now, this is the process that you don't need an agent. All right, you do not need an agent to do all of this. But if you are not able to get an admissions, like the group of students I am mentoring now to apply for their visas, they were not able to get admissions and I did the admissions for them. All right, so please, all these informations I'm sharing here is due to my knowledge and my experience, my research capability. So don't quote me anywhere. I don't work with any school. I use my intelligence to get admissions letters to international students. Now, I have gotten the letters to them. All right, I am not the one to do the visa application. No, I do not need to apply for the visa to them. I only told them that this is what I need from you. This is the token I need from you. Bring these things and sit back and relax. I will bring a letter to you. I have gotten the letters and I'm guiding them on how to do it. That is what I need to do. After they are applying, I'm not the one to create their accounts. I'm not doing anything. So this is what you need to do. If you cannot do your admission yourself, get the services of somebody to do it for you. Then you now go to the where you are going to be applying for the visa. Remember, Canada, you don't need to go face to face to speak with the visa official. All right, all you need to do is you go to the website, which is the website you are going to be doing the visa application for. It is not complicated. It is the government of Canada's website called the IRCC. All these things, you just type IRCC on Google, is going to open. Then you click on IRCC. You are going to find a place where you are going to create an account. If you are new, you create an account. You keep the email and the password very well because you will need it to log in into that account on IRCC. If that is your first time, they will equally ask you some few questions if you are going to be applying for a student visa. When you are going to apply, for example, when you create the account, now you want to go to the section that says student visa. You click on it. They are going to ask you some few questions. Do you have a certificate? Have you ever traveled? Maybe did you get admissions already? And when you answer yes or no to these questions, they will now tell you that you are eligible to apply for a study visa or a study permit to Canada. Now, what do you need to do next? You check visa requirements for a study permit. All right, you have to check visa requirements. It's very, very important for you to check visa requirements for a study permit. Now, when you check the visa requirements for a study permit, the next thing you need to do is what? You need to now arrange all those documents. Remember, you already have your acceptance letter with you. Some schools will ask you to pay $500 before you can secure your position. Others will ask $1,000. Others will ask $2,000. Others will ask half of the tuition fee. Maybe if you have to pay 14,000, you are going to be paying 7,000. I know schools like Fanshawe College, Seneca College, and so many other schools. While others will ask for just these amounts I've labeled. All right. Then when you pay that, you look for all these visa documents. The documents include your proof of funds, your acceptance letter, your payment receipts. All right. All those documents you need to bring them, birth certificates, and all those things. Your international passport. You need to bring them together. Now, when you bring them together, you don't need an agent. All you need to do is to go back to IRCC. You upload these documents. As soon as you fill in all the details with your hand, all right, you save the account. You can return anytime and sign in. Then you go back to IRCC, the same portal. You sign in, you answer the questions, then you upload these documents. Remember, a statement of purpose, or what they call a statement of intent, why are you applying for this visa, needs to be in your application, and very important. Why did you choose the university? Why did you choose the program? Why did you choose Canada? How is the program going to help you? What is your future ambitions? Okay, all these things, and what is your educational background and qualifications? You need to explain all these things on the motivation letter. Someone was saying that it is not useful. Nobody should lie to you. Don't apply to for a Canada study permit or a visitor's visa without listing the reasons why you are applying. A motivation letter is very, very important. Now, when you have gathered all these documents, you are now uploading them to IRCC. The other forms that are IRCC, you download them, fill them, and upload again on IRCC. Then that is all. First point I started with was procrastinating. You see, the reason I'm using this term is because I have realized, as of my 2.5 years doing YouTube, I noticed that a lot of international students, they like to procrastinate, and at the end of the day, they end up having issues, a lot of issues. The very first point is that if you want to do something, do it immediately. It's better you have the admissions letter and you don't have the money to pull through than not to have the admissions letter at all and you stay and keep making promises. Okay, now, if you were thinking that you were going to apply to Norway in 2024, this is the effect. Norway has introduced tuition fee, and these figures are damn expensive, guys. The figures are so big. 8 million for just 1 year tuition fee. Some universities like the University of Bergen, I just checked right now, it shows that at the end of 1 year, you may be spending at least 12 million to study a master's program for 1 year. And remember, master's is 2 years, 3 years, some even 4 years in Norway. All right, so you should stop procrastinating. That is my very point number one, my first point. Now, remember that this is already April, and most of the universities in Norway are almost like releasing results. Some are already giving out their admission results to international students, and some will be giving their results as well to international students in the days to come. So the very first thing I want to say here is, please, remember, you may not receive an email from your own university. It is now your duty to log into your own personal account. Because remember, when you were doing that application on the website, all right, it has a name. You have a portal where you are going to use your personal details, your emails, and the rest to log into that account. So please use those details and log into your account and check the status of your admissions. I want to say one thing here, and this is fact. If you get an admissions to Norway and you are able to do all these things to assess or organize all these monies and put them in place, you might just be moving to Norway. So if you are looking for an easy country, now you cannot apply again because admissions is already over. But if you had already noticed something from my videos before even the admissions closes, before the time that the admissions had to close, I brought one video on this channel and I said that if you have this money, if you know you can get the money and you really want to move to Europe, apply to Norwegian universities. The reason is because a lot of people will get admissions and they would drop from the admissions. And condition number one in Norway is that when you are given the admissions letter, in your own personal portal, you need to confirm that admissions, that yes, I accept. And when you accept the admissions, there is a deadline that you have to pay your first tuition deposit. If you do not pay the first deposit, they take the admissions from you and give it to the next student. All right, so if you really want to study, now the tuition fee are so heavy. The tendency is that students who will not be able to pay up to that deadline, Their positions will be taken and given to those who are already on the waiting list or the wait list. All right, so that is something you should note. Remember that as of last year, 2020, Norway was free tuition. I think Norway, Germany, these were the only countries that were left in the list of free tuition universities in Europe. And again, let me reiterate this year. As an international student, if you want to study in Germany, do it now, because you see the same way that Norway has introduced tuition fee. In some time to come, Germany will do the same thing. All right. Austria was also free before, and though the tuition fee in Austria is not that big, Sweden was free before, and you can see how much Sweden charged for 1 year, or let's say before you even apply for the visa, you can see how much you are going to pay. Those of you who apply to Sweden, you can bear with me and know what I'm talking about. So this is my second point. The third point is that, remember, classes are going to start in Norway in August 2023. So you have just May, June, July to apply for your visa. Like I said, admissions will be ceased from a lot of students who apply because they will not be able to pay.